What is lead-based paint and why do I need to know about this if I'm buying a home? I'm Nicole in HTX. I'm a licensed residential real estate broker in Houston, Texas, and I want to help you understand the real estate process. So when you're buying a home, something that you'll want to be aware of if you're looking at older homes is lead-based paint. So any home that was built before 1978 will require a lead-based paint addendum because homes built prior to 1978 may have used paint that had lead in it, which we obviously know now that lead can be a toxic substance and cause cancer and other issues. So what your agent will have you sign is what's called a lead-based paint addendum, whether you're the buyer or the seller. The buyer, the seller, and the agent on both sides have to sign this addendum. It's required by law in any home in the country. It's not just Texas. So what it's going to look like is the seller is going to disclose whether or not they know that there's presence of lead-based paint in the home. In most cases, sellers don't really know, but if they do, and they might, they'll check off for paragraph B1, they'll check off A or B. So A is going to say, hey, there are known lead-based paint or lead-based paint hazards, and they'll explain. Or they'll check off box B that the seller has no actual knowledge of lead-based paint. There may be, but they really don't know. They've never investigated. Then as the buyer, once you're under contract, you're going to check off you can check off box number 1 under paragraph C as a buyer's rights, that you waive the opportunity to conduct a risk assessment. So you can get an inspection for lead-based paint if that's something that concerns you. So you wouldn't check that box if you want to do that. But if you're not worried about it, then you can check box 1. Or you can check box 2 that within 10 days you're going to get it inspected for lead-based paint. You have a right to terminate if it comes up that there is lead-based paint. Then on paragraph D, you'll acknowledge that you've received a copy of either the information from the seller saying that there is lead-based paint, or box 2, that you've received the pamphlet about protecting your family from lead-based paint. Your agent is required to provide you that pamphlet. So box number 2 should be checked always under paragraph D. And then you'll sign it, the seller will sign it, and your agent and the seller's agent will sign it. So that's what that's all about. If you have more questions or concerns about lead-based paint, I'm happy to send you that pamphlet. And if you have any other questions, let me know, and keep watching at Nicole in HTX to keep learning about the real estate process.